I usually tell folks that basic foundation as far as journalism classes is a great start. Having that foundation and basic coursework is a great starting point, particularly if you're applying to.
You want to repeat the last sentence?
If you're starting out in journalism, I certainly do advise beginning J students to get the foundation courses in journalism, and so that they have the groundwork, so that when they visit a newspaper, go to an editor for a position or an internship, that they can show that they've got the basic courses down. Beyond that, I really recommend that they get experience in writing. Whether that first experience is with an internship or some other non-paid stint at a neighborhood newspaper or other media outlet. Journalism, like so many other fields, is the kind of industry where you might not get that first job because they want you to have experience, but then it's the question of where do you get that experience. So it's always the million-dollar question, but in my case, I was involved in editing my high school paper as well as my college paper, and so it was a great educational opportunity for me. And as I tell other interns that I've had over the years and other journalism students, really the work that I did in writing my college paper was probably a more life-altering and influencing event than the academic courses that I had in college. It was huge, and just having that budget and that amazing amount of authority and responsibility to run this weekly newspaper, it was just an enviable position and experience that has not been rivaled for me since then. Unlike running a real business, there was a certain sense of privilege just because we were given a budget from the university. Part of the student fees went towards the budget that we used to publish 57 issues in the course of the academic year. So that was a nice luxury that I've not enjoyed since then in the real world, because obviously running a neighborhood newspaper is a business, and being able to solicit and secure the advertising necessary to publish each of those issues has always been a necessity. So, not that we didn't sell ads on our college paper, we did, but in our case, it almost was extra money, or money that we could use to expand the number of pages that we'd go each week. So it was a nice luxury, but still, I mean, the college paper was definitely a form of community journalism for the community I served at the time. So, but long story short, I do advise that if students have the opportunity to get experience somewhere, knocking on doors of whatever media outlet will take them on, either as a paid staffer ideally, or maybe an internship, paid or otherwise, or just volunteering for a neighborhood newspaper or other media outlet to do periodic stories. That's huge. And if you have clips that you can show other media outlets, other newspapers, I think that's a great starting point, especially if you've got some samples, news and feature, sports. The more experiences, the different level of different types of stories that you've done, enterprise story. Those are all great things to be able to assemble for your portfolio that you can show around to other editors. Print journalism is going through a real tough time these days, and there are times that I had thought that by now I'd be moving on to some cushy job in PR or something else, but the bottom line is I do think journalism is still a noble profession. It's still exciting, and it does offer a variety of experiences, and even in the course of the day or the course of the month, in terms of work responsibilities and also the opportunity to meet people in the community. So I don't write as much as I would like to, or as I did 20 years ago, but it still is a great field, I think, that is rewarding, and I think for folks that are interested in printed word and also being involved in a neighborhood, in a community, and also seeing the impact of your work in the community, I think it's a very rewarding field to be in.